This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP network.
Greetings everyone, and welcome to the unofficial Universal Great Britain podcast. I'm Guy, and I'm here with Dawn, Tracy and Lee, and we're here to continue delving into the Universal theme park coming to Bedford in the UK.
For episode 7, we have a little news, and then we will share some of the listeners' wishes for the new park.
Because you've heard ours, why not get the listeners to send theirs in?
Well, yeah.
Thanks, Craig.
As we discussed last month, the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government approved the request for planning permission to be granted by way of making a special development order, and we have passed a milestone date as the 12th of January marked that order coming into force. But before construction can actually begin, a parliamentary review period must be completed.
So we could have been so close to actual construction happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As I said to the guys before we started recording, Tracy and I were actually that way last weekend.
Probably what, about 20, 30 minutes, if that, away from it?
You sent us a photo of the sign from your car and you didn't follow the sign. I don't understand.
I blame the driver.
At that point, I was ready. I just wanted to be home, and it's like a 4-hour
You went to
drive.
sleep while I was driving.
I did not go to
You
sleep
did
while
go to
you were
sleep and
driving.
snored.
And Tracy was like, shall we go? And I was like,
Yes.
there's nothing there, though. It's just a field. Like, if I felt like there was a sign...
Like a field with great potential.
Yeah, there's plenty of fields with great potential. But I figured if there was even some sort of, like, planning permission sign or something that sort of showed Universal Orlando or Universal is bringing a park here, then maybe we would have done. But I was just like, it's just an empty field to spend another hour out of our way. Nah, you're all right.
You have no sense of adventure, sir.
I do,
No, you don't.
We have no sense of adventure.
No,
I remember.
not we.
I remember.
No, we. You.
I remember jumping in a car and going down to Epic Universe while it was only half built and getting closer than we probably should have done, to be fair.
We weren't driving. We were close.
No, that's fine. We already... I don't know whether we should be saying this. We had a
You
conversation.
were hostages.
I won't
Yes.
say who the people were that were driving, but we had a plan because we were in the back that if we got pulled over, we were like, we're just looking for SeaWorld. We're tourists and we just took the wrong path.
Being ultra British.
We don't know Orlando at all. They go, hang on, aren't you Lee and Tracy? I don't believe that.
Yeah.
You say wearing your unofficial Universal podcast t-shirt.
I was literally
Yeah,
just
we
going to
didn't.
say that.
But yeah, it's like we're starting to get... It's funny. So we're starting to get into the point of potentially things happening. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about this.
They will happen this year. Things will be happening this year.
It's funny because it came into my mind because we did the Big Fat Universal Quiz of the Year recently. Mm-hmm. And one of the questions was, from the opening day of Epic Universe, how many months had passed since the first official announcement of Epic Universe? And the answer was 60 months, so it's 5 years. Mm-hmm. So if you go off Epic Universe, the standard that's set, we should get an announcement of a name, potential IP, something like that this year.
Which land size is bigger, Epic or this?
I don't know.
It will give us an idea of when construction may start.
Well, as soon as that parliamentary review period is finished.
I'll be honest, if Parliament turn around and say, no thank you, they're idiots.
Well, they're not going to, are they?
No.
They can't at this point. It's too locked in.
The revenue and everything it's going to bring in.
It's far too locked in at this point. Like,
Yeah.
there's too much out there for it to suddenly go belly up.
And it was mentioned in the recent Comcast, earnings call where they're talking about what Epic has done in Orlando. So,
But what are they reviewing?
it's kind of a red tape exercise,
Okay.
It's
Probably just a legal thing that they have to do.
Yeah, look at all these objections we got. Well, let's weigh up how much profit we're going to make over those rejections, and yeah, we'll ignore the objections, not rejections. You know what I mean? We'll reject the objections. Something like that, anyway.
It sounds about right, but
Yeah.
I very much hope they do because I'm looking forward to this starting.
I just want I want some actual news to talk about, even if it's just like the official park name or whatever, something that we can actually
Or one of those sort of the groundbreaking ceremony where a few guys in suits put on a hard hat and get a shovel.
That would be cool. Yeah, so to denote that it is actually, this is the beginning of the project.
I am hoping that we get an invitation to groundbreaking ceremony.
I doubt it very much.
I mean, I think we're first in the list at this point.
You know damn well that they're going to change the name and it's not going to be our podcast name.
I have things in place, should that be the case.
Oh, that one. It's not going to be either of them. It's,
It's very interesting,
The Universal
isn't it?
Bedford, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't... Universal Studios, Bedford, it wouldn't be a bad name.
A USB.
But then the only problem is you've already got a USB.
I have. It's plugged in as well.
No, you've got Universal Studios Beijing. We've already got USB.
True.
It will be interesting to see what the
USBF.
official name is.
In a way, it will be a bit of an insult to Bedford if they don't call it Bedford, because Universal Studios Hollywood, Orlando, Beijing, they're all named after the cities that they are in.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if it's not Universal Studios Bedford, it's a bit like, we don't think Bedford.
That's interesting, though, when you... So, is Beijing the city? Or is it a country?
No, it's a city. It's in China.
So here's the
China's a
interesting
country.
thing then.
But
Universal...
Japan is Japan and not Osaka, isn't it?
And Singapore is Singapore. Singapore is city... Well, it's
Right,
a
hang
country,
on.
isn't
I
it?
think I can explain that. When you look at the landmass of Singapore and Japan, teeny. When you look at the landmass of China, huge. There could be multiple parks in China.
It's interesting, though, isn't
Potentially.
it? I've never considered that before.
Yeah, Japan is the outlier there because it's not Universal Studios Osaka.
Well, Singapore as well.
Yeah, again, that's small. They're unlikely to put 2 parks in.
It's interesting, though, isn't it? I never considered the...
We're small, we'll get 1 park.
You'll get a United Kingdom or Great Britain or something
See,
along those lines.
I would take Great Britain. I would take Britain. I would take England. It probably won't be.
I was going to say,
If they name it UK, I
not
don't
gonna
like calling it. I don't like. I know I'm not against everyone else in the United Kingdom, but to me, it's not UK. It's England. I'm not being
okay.
racist or anything like
no,
that.
because
it's
because it's the country. I understand what you're saying.
I don't think you, because it's not called. They didn't call the first one Universal Studios USA. It's like, do you know what I mean?
United States.
Yeah.
It's-
I don't know.
But then they didn't call it California either. They called it Hollywood because that is the location.
yeah.
I think they will go with either GB or UK.
But then,
Well, hang on, because they don't want backlash from people who aren't from England, who are in Great Britain or the United Kingdom, and feel like they're not represented or not welcome.
okay, then here you go, going off. So the thing right there now that they will probably be leaning on as the template for what they're doing is Disneyland Paris. Which
So it probably
tells
will
me
be
they
Bedford.
might call it Universal Studios Bedford would be more likely.
Yeah. It
Universal Studios Resort Bedford, because it is a resort. They have said it's going to be a resort.
The thing is, though,
USRB.
it isn't in Paris. It is slightly outside of Paris. It's called Disneyland Paris because that's kind of,
The nearest.
Yeah.
the locality. But they can't really call it Universal Studios London because it really isn't London.
No.
I don't know. It's a hard one. I'm not sure Bedford is quite a globally recognizable name. Everyone knows where Paris is.
It is
Everyone
kind
knows.
of one of these things is not like the other. It's one of those moments.
Yeah,
Like you say, everyone
But
knows
if they,
where.
if they call it London, that's good, 90 minutes, 2 hours out of London? Because it's probably 2 hours out of
I
London.
don't think
really.
it's that far.
Well, no,
is it?
because our friends that we were staying with on the train, it's 30 minutes into London from there. And then we'd been driving for almost an hour by the time we saw that sign.
I mean, that may also be why it's called Universal Studios Japan because it's not in Tokyo. Maybe maybe it's they assume people won't know where Osaka is, hence USJ. It's going to be interesting. I mean, the name alone is I'm looking forward to finding out what they are going to officially brand the resort as.
Well, it's
Yes.
currently on Google Maps as Universal Studios UK. I don't know whether that says anything, but anyway, it's 53 miles from Universal Studios UK to London King's Cross
By train or by car?
by car.
On a good day.
It's 53 miles, regardless of what
53
day
miles.
it is.
Yeah, 53 miles. Doesn't tell you how long it's going to take you to drive it, though.
An hour and 16 minutes.
On a good day. On the back roads.
Yeah. We will see. I never expected this little bit to have such a conversation behind it.
We're one step closer, and
We
every
are.
step closer is something worth celebrating.
I
How
think
long do you think the parliamentary review would take?
I mean, no idea.
it's Parliament. It could take them 6 years. They'll all be like, brr, brr, the right honourable gentleman doesn't know what he's talking. It's just a lot of that. And it's like a bunch of kids in a classroom.
They'll still be arguing about it come opening day.
Yeah.
Probably. It's like Spitting Image. Whenever I think of Parliament, I just think back to Spitting Image. And like that's exactly what it's like. It's just a joke.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
Whoa, hang on. A parliamentary review in the UK is a lengthy process that typically takes over 2.5 years to complete.
But we also don't know how long it started ago.
But that was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting 2.5 years.
I'm sure this will be fast-tracked. It must be.
I assume that it also would have started before anything was announced.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably before even land was purchased.
Well, the fact that the date of commencement for construction was the 12th of January, it feels like that would have been the right date, but it's ran over a little bit, and that's why we haven't seen anything start.
Yeah.
I think at some point in our next few episodes, we should do what we did on UUOP for our Epic Universe predictions and do them for the Universal UK Park predictions. So I might start working on that. Or I'll put up a doc and we'll all start throwing things in for our predictions for the park. It'd be very interesting. I really enjoyed doing it for Epic Universe, especially going over it a couple of weeks ago and seeing how miles away we were from everything.
Actually, it'd be a fun time to do it because we'd be doing it, comparatively so early that you could chuck in a lot of extra sort of topics that you wouldn't have been able to do on Epic because by the point you were doing them, you knew a lot about the park itself.
Yeah. We know literally nothing about it. There's nothing official at this point anyway.
Apart from it's in Bedford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wixom.
And there's concept art, but, subject to change.
Yeah, it generally isn't, knowing Universal, but...
Yeah, agreed.
Cool.
I do wonder when there's a groundbreaking if we'll get some updated concept art.
Maybe. You would expect them to put pictures of that concept art up along the fence, I guess.
Yeah.
And that'd be a reason for you to detour past there.
Exactly.
Next time we're down there, which might not be that...
Oh, it's going to be a regular thing. I can see that happening.
Well, I don't even mean that right now, but anyway.
Moving on. Last month, we gave you each of our 3 wishes for this new park. And after the episode we released, we reached out to you, the listener, to send in your wishes. And so here are the responses we got.
So the first response came from Jordan Midson. He said, "Hey, UUGBP team. I just wanted to say how much I love the UUOP network.
Aww.
It is permanently in my podcast rotation and has basically become the soundtrack to my commutes, walks, and random life admin. As an aside here, I just want to say, if anyone listening to this doesn't listen to the other UUOP network shows, you really should. I started listening to them back in sort of the pandemic time, and if it hadn't been for just starting to listen to those shows, we wouldn't have met Lee and Tracy, and we wouldn't have ended up recording this podcast.
Yeah, you would have had more free time.
Yeah, much more free time. But they are great, and they are the soundtrack to my, dog walks, commutes, and basically whenever I'm doing something which doesn't require too much of my brain, I stick on a podcast.
Yeah, basically, if you love anything theme park related in Orlando or just pop culture and themed entertainment related, there's a podcast for you out there. Let's reel them off. There's UUOP, the Universal Orlando, the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. There is us, the UUGBP, which you are listening to right now, whether you like it or not. There is the theme park duo, Nikki and Gabe, who cover everything out on the West Coast and a bit of Orlando every now and again. There is Russia Fear, our Halloween Horror Nights podcast. Awesome. There's A Taste of Universal, Tracy's Universal Orlando Food and Beverage podcast. I love the ladies over there. There is, what am I missing? The Porky Passport, which is our adult-centric Disney podcast.
It's awesome.
Those guys are off the wall, and it's a very different take on Walt Disney World, to be fair. I feel like I'm missing one. Big Dumb Stuff.
Yes. How can you miss that one out?
I know they say you should never mention your favourite children, but right now, Big Dumb Stuff is my favourite podcast.
They are knocking it out of the park in all sorts of crazy ways.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, all great. Yes. All worth listening to.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But back to Jordan.
Yes. Sorry, Jordan.
Sorry, Jordan. So on to Jordan's 3 wishes for Universal Studios Great Britain. He says, first, I'm really hoping for unique attractions and offerings. I do not want the UK remix of rides we have already experienced in real life elsewhere. Give us something original, bold, and slightly unhinged, perhaps. That makes people say, yep, that could only exist at the UK park.
Yes, that would be... Yeah, I do agree with that statement, definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen a lot of complaints already about Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coming to Orlando.
Yeah, I agree with that entirely. Why is it called Hollywood Drift?
Because it's replaced Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit.
I know, but still.
Is that area still Hollywood? It's the end of, because it used to be Production Central, didn't it?
Technically, but it doesn't
The
feel like Hollywood.
Yeah, but that stage is the Hollywood Bowl, so it's I don't know. I have no issue with it, to be quite honest, but
I just want to ride the ride. I don't care about the name.
But I completely agree
true.
with this. I think it needs to be entirely something new.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, something very British. We are getting the Greg's Sausage Roller Coaster.
I mean, that would be
I would ride that.
the sausage.
Imagine the cars.
You thought the name for the troller coaster was bad. The sausage roller coaster is even worse.
I need to trademark that quickly.
That is hilarious.
Somebody needs to draw it.
It's funny.
You'd have to be able to. You have to go through a tunnel made out of puff pastry at the end. You know?
Oh, as long as it smells like. Oh my god. Actually, just speaking briefly, I didn't realize. So I thought the friend of ours was the overall head creative, and it isn't. She is something else. So the guy who's actually the head of creative for the Universal UK Park is the same guy that worked on Wicker Man at Alton Towers. That gives me a lot of hope for this park because I love that coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with Jordan's first wish as well. I'd like to see something British and not a copy of another ride in another park.
Yeah, even though I don't think we're huge fans of lots of like traditionally British IP. I mean, there are some that which work so well, like a Bond area or Paddington or something like that.
Yes.
I think that's an episode we should do. If we were to build this park with entirely British IPs, what would we put in there? I think that's a great episode idea.
That could be fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think it's a great episode idea because, I mean, realistically, you're going to get US IPs in there, but it would be interesting to see what they would do if it was not even necessarily British, European IPs, I guess, because they're gonna reach out beyond the UK. But maybe we could do our 3 British IPs and then 1 European IP. It'd be very interesting.
Yeah.
But yes, I don't want it to be. I think we've talked about it, haven't we already? That this park's really going to have to walk a fine line of drawing people in from the UK and Europe, but not bastardizing the amount of audience going out to Orlando all the time, and people haven't got.
Oh my god!
So people's just done an AI drawing of the sausage roller coaster. By the way, Tracy, you need to send me that. I will post it in the show notes so you can all have a giggle at it.
I want to ride that ride.
Right? I bet it smells amazing. Sorry, and I'm so against it.
Of having to walk a fine line of giving people a reason to go to that park, but then not taking away people's money enough that they stop going to Orlando, and that's a really hard line to walk, in my opinion. And
to be fair, Universal, most resorts do have flagship rides, but they do clone rides quite often. There's Minion Mayhem, that's in multiple parks. Simpsons, multiple parks.
Minion Blast is now as well.
Minion Blast, yeah, that's going to be in multiple parks.
The Mummy, Transformers.
Journey, Transformers, Hulk, but in other parks it's been named.
Yeah, Super Nintendo World now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So they do a form for this. So I very much agree with Jordan that I really hope we have the original attraction lineup.
I think when you look at it a lot of the time, the clone rides generally aren't in the same country.
True. I mean, the States is the anomaly there, but they are quite far apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get away with cloning stuff and putting it in Japan or Beijing because the average Westerner, as a rule, isn't going to travel to Asia. So it doesn't really make that big a difference. But then to be fair, thinking about it, if you look at Universal Beijing, there's only, Water World? Is that the only clone over there?
I think, isn't there Super Silly Funland there?
There is, but I think it's slightly different from the Hollywood one.
Mm.
So actually, looking at Beijing's a largely unique park.
The one ride I would be completely fine with them cloning things to England is Jurassic World Adventure from Beijing.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Is that the same as the one in Orlando?
No.
No, it's like the Spider-Man ride system, but without 3D glasses and with big animatronics.
Oh, okay.
It has
that sounds more fun.
It has an Indominus Rex that actually comes out of the set and chases you down the track
as you reverse backwards.
Really?
I need that so much.
Yeah, I know someone who's ridden it and said it was mind blowing.
Yeah, a friend of mine was out there recently and he absolutely loved it.
So yes, we will see.
So if we could get that, that is the one clone I would not complain about at all.
Very true.
I mean, I know there's a lot of rumours out there of IPs and stuff are coming. I don't want to delve into that too much right now because we're having too much fun coming up with our own ideas. But from what's out there, IP-wise, there's a couple of unique ones. But attractions-wise, from what I've heard, there isn't anything clone-wise, apart from potentially one that's like a mix of two things I've heard. Anyway, no one knows what I'm talking about right now, so I'm just going to leave it there.
Okay, Jordan's second wish, dining and shopping outside the theme park is a big one for me. A proper entertainment district with great food, themed bars and shops would be incredible. Somewhere you can hang out, eat too much and spend money you absolutely did not plan on spending, even if you're not going to the park that day. Yes.
I think we'd get on with Jordan.
Yeah, like a city walk.
Yeah, do we know if they're going to have some sort of city walk there?
I'm not sure they've used the word city walk. They may have done, but they have said some sort of like dining and entertainment district outside the park.
And it needs it.
It does, yeah. Especially if they want to have a hotel on site.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I think that's the one thing that Epic Universe lacks at this point. Because
busing people over from Helios and Stellanova and Terra Luna to City Walk is just not a really, a good solution.
And the food options in, like, Helios is mega expensive, and the food options at Stella and Terra Luna aren't great.
They're quite limited.
Not enough for you to want to.
Yeah, I mean, our plan for March when we're over is we're staying at Stellanova, but we're just going to eat dinner in Epic because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. But it'd be interesting again to see what sort of stuff, because you start to look at city walk venues, and a lot of them are becoming very similar. Like Toothsome is in.
I would bet money on there being a Toothsome. I'm not sure why.
Probably.
It just feels like Toothsome a good fit because they've cloned it into. It's in Hollywood now as well.
Yeah.
And Vivo. Vivo's over there as well.
Is it Vivo there as well?
Yes.
The thing about Toothsome is, apart from being the restaurant, it's also the chocolate shop, and also it sells the ridiculous milkshakes, which people can take out and walk around with.
Yeah,
it just ticks 3 boxes. There's characters. I think that's. I mean, I'm not the world's biggest fan of the menu in Toothsome of like savory dishes, but I wouldn't be upset to see it here.
No.
Then that would also be quite interesting to see what kind of shops and what kind of dining will be available in the UK parks. What kind of food options, what kind of.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do they stick with sort of safe, like they have done in Orlando? Would they go for slightly more?
But they have a range in Orlando, don't they? Have like from sushi to Italian, like Vivo to steak.
Like sports bars. Yeah, you've got a good
Mexican.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see whether, again, it goes back to his first wish of like it being UK stuff that would only exist at the UK park. So it'd be interesting. Like, would we see the license of like, we're going to bring Toothsome, but let's buy the license to Willy Wonka?
That would be great.
Interesting.
But isn't that, I don't think it is. I think it used to be part of Alton Towers,
it used to be.
It did. Yeah, that was interesting.
Because that would be cool. But then would they want to spend that money on a license when they've already kind of built a brand with Toothsome?
No, they just do Toothsome. Because Toothsome, come on, it kind of is that just steampunk version.
I love Toothsome. Penelope and Jack are amazing. Oh, amazing. We have so many good interactions with them as characters.
I still loved getting taught hand fan etiquette by Jacques. And where you place the fan, whether it's open or closed on your face, as to what message you're conveying. Pretty sure he was flirting with me, to be honest.
I'm sure he was. It sounds like it.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Shocking.
Is that why Lee ended up fighting him afterwards? I saw that happening outside.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jacques won, obviously.
And his third and most important wish is I want that full universal feeling. Big, cinematic, immersive and dramatic in the best way. The kind of place where the music kicks in, the entrance hits you emotionally for no logical reason, and you instantly feel like you are on holiday, even if you arrived via a very British motorway.
M25.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, that is, for me, at the very least, it has to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to feel like a universal park, even... I know for me,
no doubts.
I've only ever been to Orlando, so I don't know how that feeling in... Like, Tracy, when you went to Japan, and Guy, for you, did it feel like you were in a universal park?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
it was just...
interesting.
Yeah. It was just universal. I just didn't understand any of the words.
What about... Guy, when did... I know you went, it was boiling hot, so it still kind of felt like Orlando. Guy, when did you go weather-wise?
Oh, I went sort of springtime. So it was, warm and humid, but not obscenely Orlando hot.
It wasn't like Orlando weather. It was a different beast.
But what I'm thinking is, and I think, Dawn, we've talked about this a lot, it's that one of the big things about going to Orlando is the weather. It's feeling like you're not at home.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to play a lot into how this park feels.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait for this park, but I don't think I'm going to get quite the same feeling there as I do in the Orlando parks.
Is that because you live in here as well? Not just like if this was opening somewhere in Europe, like Germany, France, Spain, or anything, would that be different? Because
I think it would be a bit
you have to fly there.
That's a really good question.
I think that would help a bit, because that's the thing we sometimes talk about this. Like when we fly within Europe, everywhere is so close, and the culture as well as distinct aren't completely different to one another. It doesn't really feel like we've gone far. If I sit on a plane for 8 hours, 10 hours, I feel like I'm really far away from home. So that definitely plays a part into it. But for me, a big part of the Orlando experience is the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you wake up and you go out in the morning and it's kind of already like warmer than England ever is, and it's got that sort of layer of like slight humidity, and it just feels like you're somewhere tropical.
And the sky is just vast.
Yeah, the skies are bigger there. They are.
Which you can't see for the first 10 minutes because you step out of your room outside and your glasses fog up because of that morning humidity.
So I'm hoping that this place is all of the things that Jordan wishes for there, but I don't think it's going to have quite scratched the same itch that the Orlando parks do.
We shall find out.
It like you talk about, the music kicks in and the entrance hits you emotionally for no logical reason. That's a thing I think comes with nostalgia. I've heard a lot of people, Chris talked about it a lot on UUOP, about how that walking through the Kronos hits him and walking out hits him emotionally. I've never got that with Epic yet. I get that with Islands massively.
I also think that our introduction to Epic was completely different to the average park goers because
it's true.
We didn't go through the Kronos for the first 2 days.
No. I don't know.
I think these things, like for some people, the emotional connection needs to build. I mean, for me, Islands is at 100% because that's kind of the park that I've got the biggest emotional sort of connection to. I'm sure in 10, 15 years I'll feel the same way about Epic, but at the moment, no, it's not quite the same.
With you. I love Epic Universe to absolute bits. It is my favourite theme park anyway, but I don't get that emotional hit with it right now, which is sad because I'm an emotional person.
No, you.
There's still novelty to it, and novelty is a different sort of emotion. It's more an excitement emotion rather than a sort of
Yeah.
It'll probably come with time. Like
It
Islands
will.
has been around for years and we've been going back for years. So I've got that emotional connection now with Islands.
Yes.
It hits me. The music, just everything, the sights, that sign, the adventure
the lighthouse.
begins.
Yeah. It's because you walk around and around every corner is a memory.
Yeah.
It'll come.
And I thought Dawn's question was really interesting because it's not like when you go to Orlando, it's a big thing. It's a big vacation. You're going away for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever it might be. Whereas if you go to this one, it's a couple of days at most. It doesn't feel like you're going on a holiday. You just kind of a day trip.
Okay,
So
I'll take that challenge. We'll go for a week.
So that's actually
I'll
gonna
see you there.
Yeah.
for a week and all. I wish we could.
I think we should to see if it's feasible. It's research. I think we have to,
Where?
as a
Sounds like
podcast
our
team,
duty.
Bedford, we have to go for 5 to 7 days to see if it's feasible to actually stay entertained and not be like a bit bored.
That's a very good idea, Tracy. Let's do it.
Wonderful.
I mean, we've done episodes on UUOP about how to go for 2 weeks or whatever and not get burned out, because it's delving into those little things that you generally miss and stuff like that. I think it helps having people with you. If you go just a couple, yes, you can find stuff to do, but it's like Tracy and I said, like when we went to Epic with you guys, we probably wouldn't have done those Bowser challenges if it wasn't for you two.
Yeah, I do apologise about that.
No,
I loved it because we wouldn't have done it. And especially as for who we are, getting to experience that and being able to talk about it on the podcast was huge.
Yeah, and it's great fun. It was
It's
a million
awesome.
degrees.
So thanks for all the great shows and for keeping the theme park chat entertaining and informative, Jordan. Well, thank you, Jordan.
You're very welcome,
Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. Okay, moving on, and I apologize in advance. So this is from Joanna Sischang. She says, "Hi, Guy, Dawn, Tracy, and Lee. US listener here and Producers Club member. My 3 wishes for the GB Park are, number 1, sorting hat ceremony in the Potter section. There will be a Potter section, right? It could be similar to the Ollivanders experience, but perhaps in a scaled down Great Hall. It could even be a dining experience that features a sorting hat ceremony."
There's an interesting
I love
question.
this idea.
There's an
I think it'd
interesting
be a lot of fun.
question in there,
yes.
though.
There is a question in there, and it's not something we've talked about yet, is
And
it?
I think it's a very interesting question because there will be a Potter section, right? I don't know.
Very close to Leavesden.
It is. I mean, at first, I thought the rumours were that it was too close and there was some sort of exclusivity and it couldn't
Yes,
happen.
I'd heard that.
But then the finest newspaper in the country, The Sun, reported not long ago that there had been an agreement reached and the UK park would feature something Potter.
Well, I mean, Potter is British.
Yes.
It is, and it would make sense.
Kind of make sense.
It would, but if they're not going to clone anything, if Jordan gets his wish, then how do they do it? I mean, what else?
Well, I mean,
is
they
there
don't
left?
have a sorting hat ceremony.
But would they do another Hogsmeade, another Hogwarts?
Yes, that's the question, isn't it? What area would they focus on? Because you've got Hogsmeade in Islands, you've got Diagon Alley in Studios, and now you've got Plascache in the Ministry of Magic in Epic Universe. Well,
And it did feel with that one like they were kind of running out of places to feature, because that was a little bit of a stretch.
it was, but I love that area.
It's beautiful.
I don't know what other area they would do. If you was, I mean, for me, it would have to be Potter and not Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Yes,
I agree.
100%.
Yes.
But where do you? I'm trying to, like, iconic locations that we haven't seen so far from the Potter books.
Forbidden Forest.
Because you can't really. I know that Hagrid's ride is
It's
set
through
there,
the Forbidden Forest, isn't
but
it?
It's not really a forbidden
Not
area.
really, no.
No, exactly. And we could have areas where you got like hippogriff, centaurs, Aragog and the family, and
That would be
the
cool.
car.
Yeah.
Roderick's Hollow, where Harry Potter was born.
That's what I was trying to think of. I couldn't
Yeah.
think what it was called. Yeah.
You've got to think of somewhere A, iconic, but B, that would lend
AI.
itself
I heard
to
that.
a ride.
Yeah.
Go on, you're the self-professed expert.
I haven't read them for a long time, to be fair. Leave it with me. We'll come back. But I think a sorting hat ceremony is a great idea.
There's a
I
very
love
good-
that.
And also, I like the idea of tying that into a Great Hall dining experience, because I've always thought that is like an obvious thing. I'm sure Universal have looked into the
They
feasibility
have.
of doing
Apparently, it was on the table for Hogsmeade when it opened at Islands of Adventure, and they just couldn't figure out how to get it to work.
Yeah, and then I heard rumors of something similar at Epic, where it's going to be like a transporting to Hogwarts via some, like Flu network, and I don't know. It's obviously that's a rumor which keeps appearing,
Yes.
so there's obviously something behind it. I think that would be great.
When you look at how good Mead Hall is in Burke, a Great Hall dining experience would be cool.
Yeah. They should be able to see from that how well it would work.
Yeah.
And it could be absolutely stunning.
I mean, look at when Ollivanders first... I remember doing Ollivanders the first time we took the kids in 2013, and Hogsmeade had been open for like 3 years at that point, and the queue for it was still like an hour long. I know it's kind of died off a lot now because you've got multiple ones over in Diagon Alley, and it's like everyone's done it now, but it's to do something similar but different would be...
And in Ollivanders, only one person gets the experience.
Yeah,
If
that's
it was
a really
something
good
like a
point.
Great Hall dining
Yeah.
experience. People took turns going up.
That would be...
Yeah, but like,
oh my God, that would be
dining
amazing.
with the Grinch at the Hula Days, people take
Yeah.
turns going up to the Grinch.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, like that's definitely. You're welcome, Universal. There you go, Joanna. You can get your money. What's it called? What do you call that money that you get from stuff?
Royalties.
That's the one. There you go. Get your royalties from Universal. I'm sure it'll be worth $0.00 because they haven't given us anything yet. We've given them so many ideas.
The only problem I'd have with this idea is the idea of putting
I know
on
you're
a
gonna say.
hat that lots of other people have put on makes my skin crawl.
On the plus side, though, it's not a
same.
sweaty Florida head.
No, it's
This is true.
And
but
I'm not going there. I'm not going to upset my fellow countrymen. But I was going to say that one wouldn't be paid in dimes and cents.
Dollars and cents.
dollars and cents. Well, probably dimes and cents is closer to the
Yeah,
mark.
but it's coming from Universal, so it still would
But
be.
what would it be paid in?
Nuts, galleons, and sickles.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's definitely worth absolutely zero.
And I do still think we should be able to change money to be able to spend in that area.
You used to be able to, but they've got rid of the money exchange now.
Yeah,
haven't
we
they?
still have some.
Still got
some.
the money, yeah.
Is it Galleons?
Galleons, it's galleons, nuts, and sickles.
Yeah, when they used to have the animatronic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that the very first
we
time
never
with the
did that.
Diagon Alley.
We
I
went in.
framed.
Yeah, but we never exchanged money.
Nah, because I wasn't wasting my money.
I wanted to buy it to frame.
That's the thing, you exchange it and you can use it, but at the same time, why would you use it? So
Yeah,
you just kind of give them $10 and you get a piece of paper.
Well, I mean, that's why they did it, because they knew people wouldn't spend it.
Yeah.
Free money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Anyway, the next point, I know it's Guy's turn, is a nod to you, Tracy.
It is. How weird is this? And I
know.
guarantee
And it's-
I did not read the notes because I never do.
And it's funny how this came from an American listener as well.
Yeah.
It did, and the knowledge she has. Anyway, but
Yes.
so we don't spoil it. Joanna's next wish is that UK coffee and food offerings should be featured. I'd rather have a Greg's sausage roll than a random hot dog or dry cheeseburger. Cafe Nero would be preferable to Starbucks, partly because it fits better in the UK park. I'd like to see no American chains of property because I like to experience the culture fully when I travel.
That's a really good point.
I think I've just found my new best friend. Cafe Nero, yes.
Because you're going to get a lot of people that will travel from the US for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A, because they want to get out of that country right now, but B,
Yeah.
and to give them something different to what they will get going to Universal Orlando should be massive in it, but not Greg's. Like, I don't want to see a Greg's in there.
No, we joke about it, but
We can have a version of Greg's, like a decent version of a
Just-
sausage roll.
if any Americans are listening to this, stop at a service station on your way to the park and get a Greg's there.
Yes,
I'd pay twice the price of normal Greg's.
Yeah, but they're on holiday.
I will say,
That
though...
also, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, I will say, though, the random hot dog and the cheeseburgers, we need to have that greasy food truck that's outside every pub on a Saturday night.
yes.
And then that is the British experience. And kebabs.
So outside of the entrance,
kebabs, yes.
so
I hate
Oh, I know this
kebabs.
is a northern thing. I've never had one. I've always on one, a Parmo.
From my hometown,
can't
Middlesbrough.
stand them. So basically,
Parmos
this is
are the best.
So this is how this food truck works. It only rocks up an hour before park close outside the park entrance. So everyone staggering out of the park can get their greasy kebabs and cheeseburgers and crap to walk back to the hotel with. Perfect.
Yeah.
An ambulance following behind the food truck to cart the people who are fighting outside off to hospital.
Yeah.
Yep.
Again, I think it's another episode we should do if we wanted to do food offerings that were quintessentially English, because a lot of Americans coming over will go into sort of Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley and go into the Leaky Cauldron and the Three Broomsticks and go, oh, we can get quintessential English food. And you go, yeah, not really.
We've got to have a spoons.
Cottage pasty
Obviously.
pie.
Cottage pasty pie.
Cottage pasty pie.
This is not a cottage pasty pie.
We've had that mistake made before. Yeah, I think the food offerings are going to be very interesting. I agree with Joanna that it should... I expect them to have some American chains in there just to...
Yeah. There will be a
For-
Starbucks. We know this.
Oh,
Yeah, but
no.
then that's the thing I was going to ask. The Universal parks in Beijing and Japan, do they have Starbucks?
That's an interesting question.
And Singapore as well.
One way to find out.
Probably. Do you
Seems
know?
to be a collaboration.
I don't actually remember seeing Starbucks in Japan. It'll have been there.
Well, you don't like it, so you wouldn't. You just...
No, I look for where to avoid.
But it's
But those
like...
mugs.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
You are here,
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I'd have to have one of them.
Oh, now I've got to go back to Japan to get one.
No, there isn't one in the park itself in Japan.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we have a
So you
weird
never know.
thing with Starbucks over here as well, isn't it? Like, they've been chased out of a lot of town centres and stuff, so I don't necessarily know whether Starbucks would be a thing. But yeah, I mean, obviously we're going to see American chains in there to a certain extent.
And
or
there
at
will
least
be your
Universal.
standard, hot dogs and dry cheeseburgers are quintessential UK theme park
Of
food.
course.
They will be
Well,
featured.
it's not even that. You get fussy kids or kids who just that's all they'll eat, and
We're
you've
gonna
got
have-
to give them that
Yeah,
option.
you've got to
there.
have dried out egg sandwiches, dried out cheese sandwiches.
The food is. I think Dawn, you've said it before. Like, food at the parks is such a huge thing, and I think I'm
Yeah.
just as interested to see what the food offerings at this park are going to be as everything else.
So if the hotel does not do an like an English afternoon tea.
Oh my
I was
God.
waiting for that gap to come and say the exact same thing. 'Cause
They're
I was going to say
missing a trick.
we need to have scone wars.
Yeah, they're absolutely missing a trick. For anybody coming from outside of the UK to do an afternoon tea there, they would sell it out months in advance.
Especially because there's a big thing of themed afternoon teas now. So they did a universal themed afternoon tea with like
minions.
Yes.
So just slightly off topic then. I mentioned scones. So what is the correct way? Scones. How do you do it?
Jam and cream.
scones. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I thought you were pronouncing it. I wasn't going to say scone for you.
Jam and cream.
Jam and cream, but what's the order though?
Jam and cream.
Jam and then cream.
Yes.
Tracy?
I'll go last. Was my question.
Okay, so I was undecided on this one, but recently for Dawn's birthday, one of her friends got a Cornish like scone jam and cream gift set delivered to her, which had specific instructions. So, what did they say?
I can't remember.
Neither can I.
The thing is, it depends whether you're Devon or Cornwall, whether it's jam then cream or cream then jam. But you're all wrong because the correct answer is cheese.
No.
Is what?
The correct answer is cheese.
Cheese. Ooh.
Cheese scones over fruit
I've
scones.
never had cheese on a scone.
No, a cheese
sounds
scone.
fun.
Cheese
Good,
scones.
Not a fruit scone, a
I've
cheese
never had a
scone.
cheese scone.
What?
I've had the plain one.
Right. When we come to see you, I will make you some cheese scones because I make beautiful
Please
cheese
do.
scones.
Yes, please.
Please do.
Yes. It's a date.
But yeah, I think what I normally do from memory is I think I do cream and then jam because I find the jam spreads easier on the cream than the cream on the jam.
No, I disagree. That seems a weird way to do it.
I'd
Sorry.
pass the cream to Lee and just have jam, to be quite honest, because I don't like cream very much.
When we get on our Virgin Plain and do the Mile High afternoon tea, it's always jam and cream.
Sticky clotted cream. Joanna's third wish. The Jaws ride is one of my all-time favourite to see. I've just found my new best friend here, definitely. If they don't opt to bring this back, I think another boat-based ride should be another Potter attraction, similar to Pirates of the Caribbean. It will be indoors, which is helpful in the event of rain or cold. That's inevitable. I envision the ride vehicles looking at the boats that transport the first-year students to Hogwarts from the train. There could be Dementor attacks, magical creatures, etc. I think that's a really good idea.
The interesting thing with that, though, is it goes back to what we talked about what area the Potter area would be, and that would only lend itself to it being Hogsmeade, or Hogwarts specifically. So I don't...
And actually to sort of get the feeling of crossing the lake towards Hogwarts, we're looking at a big space.
Yes, a massive space.
Mm.
And
it would be awesome, though.
It is something that Universal Parks really lack, is a boat ride. Because other than Jurassic Park...
Especially but like a non-sort of log flume type boat ride.
Then there isn't any. Universal anywhere in the world don't actually have one.
And they're great. I mean, going back to,
Fire drill, not a...
Yeah, fire drill.
It's not a dark ride, though. It's not like a Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
They don't... But, I mean, if rumours are true, there might be a certain Gillman attraction coming to Epic Universe soon, but...
I would love that.
Yes.
Going back to the UOP episode where we did the good and bad and the ugly, I think one of my comments there was what I think Epic is missing is a sort of an indoor family-friendly dark ride. Something exactly like Joanna's described here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jaws is a rumour.
Yep.
Jaws coming back to that park is rumoured right now.
Manifesting that so hard.
And I know we've always said we want it to be authentic, unique attractions to the UK, but if they announced Jaws, I wouldn't be mad.
No.
It's not something you can ride in Orlando anymore.
No.
Exactly. I mean, just change Jaws to a basking shark, and then it's British waters.
There you go.
Or do it as an indoor type of dark ride. Keep us out of the elements.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It'd be quite impressive, go through scenes instead, more self-contained, but then you could do slightly more close-up impressive things with the shark.
I would love to see what a modern
like
day
that.
Jaws ride would look like, mind.
Yeah. I imagine if they were to do something like that, they wouldn't just recreate the ride that was built in the 90s.
No.
I think there would be modern flourishes.
Absolutely.
I'd hope so.
There would be. Yeah. So thanks for that, Joanna. Joanna says thanks for reading. That was really good, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was really good.
So then we put
Our
it out.
listeners have good ideas.
Yeah.
They do.
So then we put it out to Instagram, and Carl_Morgan.11 said, "My main wish is to have a completely original park," which seems to be
Fair.
a lot of people's. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
His second wish is Lord of the Rings Lord of the Rings and Lord of the Rings. I guess he's a Lord of the Rings fan. I also know this isn't happening. I mean, I wouldn't put it. But
right. So my take on this: if they were to do a franchise as big as Lord of the Rings, I don't think it'll be going to a small park in the UK.
I think Lord of the Rings will end up in Universal New Zealand.
I mean, that would probably be the next logical one. Are they actually building one out in Dubai, or is that just a rumor?
Yeah, there's been an announcement,
point?
but who knows? Lots of things get announced and then doesn't happen.
Well, yeah, they were supposed to be building one in Russia about 10 years ago as well, weren't they?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see something like Lord of the Rings. If that was the big IP land, that would be a huge draw.
I mean, it really would be.
Would they have Lord of the Rings and Potter?
That's always been the talk about putting it in Orlando, that it's very similar to that franchise. But then maybe we're not going to have Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. So that's a way of appeasing. If we're not putting Harry Potter in, we're going to put Lord of the Rings, and everyone will be like, all right, cool.
Yeah, and wouldn't they now just have to deal with Amazon for the rights to Lord of the Rings? Isn't the old Tolkien estate? This is not something I know much about, but is the Tolkien estate still as involved as they used to be?
Because that was always the issue initially. It was the rumor. It was them. Over even after he is dead, isn't he?
I would think so.
No, even after he died.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's down to grandchildren and great grandchildren.
Yeah,
now, isn't
and
it?
then obviously they've let the rights go now because we've got the movies.
Amazon own it, don't they? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I mean, the ride's there for it, is it not? If you were going to do, I think I'd rather see The Hobbit. I prefer The Hobbit.
Well, if we get, honestly, then we get a place that does breakfast and second breakfast.
I mean,
I'm not going to be
yes.
against
who doesn't
that.
love breakfast,
right?
Yeah,
twice.
It would be interesting to see what they would do as a ride. Like I say, I'd go back to The Hobbit because it felt like when they made The Hobbit that barrel ride thing was well, there's your theme.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to do a theme park ride, there you go. This is what we want you to do. It's literally there for you. Mm-hmm. Lord of the Rings, I don't know what you would do. Like, I suppose if you did Forbidden Journey, Lord of the Rings style could work.
Yeah. Yeah, or Battle of the Ministry, but Lord of the Rings.
Like a Rise of the
Resistance. It would have
Resistance.
to be sort of a mashup ride of lots of different things from the movies.
Yeah, like a Lord of if you do like a Rise of the Resistance. That's what I expected Battle of the Ministry to be, was like an equal to Rise of the Resistance, and it really isn't. I mean, I haven't ridden Rise of the Resistance, but I've watched enough ride-throughs to know that Rise of the Resistance still looks like a far better attraction.
We've been on both.
We've been on, yeah.
My preference is Battle of the Ministry.
Really?
Well, I feel like they're very different rides, personally.
Yeah.
Like, they are similar in the way, the scale of it is, I mean, just incredible for both of the rides. But to me, they are very different rides. I don't think I could compare one.
I'd say that Rise of the Resistance is more of an experience than Battle of the Ministry.
It feels like it feels like Rise of the Resistance is in a bigger room because you move around a lot more.
Yeah.
Than Battle. It feels, I don't know.
Rise of the Resistance feels like it's got the narrative is stronger and it's almost calmer in its storytelling, and it takes more time because there's the transporter, and then you're in the
it feels like it flows more.
Yeah, like
than Battle of the Ministry.
Is a bit more chaotic.
Yeah,
and stuff being thrown at you. But for a pure ride experience, I prefer Battle of the Ministry. It's a bit more kinetic. It's got more energy to it. I prefer Potter to Star Wars, but on a purely like a ride experience level, I think Battle of the Ministry is just a bit more fun.
I overheard a VIP tour guide talking about Battle of the Ministry when we were at Epic in October. There is only one screen in the world bigger than the ones in Battle of the Ministry, and that is the Dome in Las Vegas.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it is so impressive, some of the things they do in that ride.
Impressive.
I disagree. I was completely Rise of the Resistance. Sorry, with Battle of the Ministry. I've ridden it twice now or three times? Twice.
3 times.
Twice. We haven't. We rode it once on Media Day, and then Oh, yeah, because we rode it on opening day as well, didn't we? I let you off, 3 times. I'm still completely underwhelmed by it.
I like the ride. It's the queue that sours it because it's just too long for the ride, for what you get.
For what it is, yeah.
Well, I mean,
get it.
again, I say this having only waited sort of like 40 minutes for it at the most, because when we were there, I mean, if I'd waited 3 or 4 hours for it, I would, furious.
It still feels quite a long wait for some reason for the ride.
Opening day, we waited about 20 minutes. We waited longer on media day. We waited an hour on media day. And that was with 500 people in the park.
We've ridden it quite a few times over that.
Under an hour.
And we never waited an hour for it.
Wow.
But it felt like
very
an hour.
lucky.
Yeah, you've been very lucky.
Yeah.
But the ride is very different from sitting at the front road and sitting at the back road.
Oh, yeah, totally different. The back has much more motion to it.
Oh, yeah, it really does.
Feels like,
Okay.
yeah.
So we've already been at the front, haven't we?
Anyway, I was still completely underwhelmed by it.
We'll still be riding it, though, if the wait time drops.
Oh, of course.
I think you said this on UUOP, but I think that the more you ride it, the more you'll like it.
Yeah,
like,
I think it'd be like
Gringotts.
Gringotts, yeah. Okay. Anyway.
So Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, this is not the Epic Universe podcast.
If we have Lord of the Rings, though, we can have a prancing pony.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see again what area or areas they pick if they did a Lord of the Rings land. Again, I feel like there's blue sky episodes we can get out of this. So let's not talk about it too much.
Thought. So think of Soarin', right?
Sauron.
Soarin'. So Soarin', but we are being carried by Ents, and that's how you get to see
That would be amazing.
the Lord of the
that
Rings,
would be cool.
like lands.
Or flying on the back of the big eagles.
I want to be carried by an Ent. Thank you very much.
A live one.
Yeah, there's so much they could do with it, and it would be such a get. That's the sort of IP people would come from, all
Everywhere,
over just to see.
Yeah, so actually, so going back on what I said earlier, yes, if you want to really make this park a draw, then yeah.
See, I was thinking there about British authors who've written really great stories, and then I realised that Disney have snapped them all up. J.M. Barrie, Peter Pan, Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland. However, C.S. Lewis, haven't seen any like Lion, the Witch of the Wardrobe, all of that stuff.
I don't know how popular they are now. Like
It's quite heavily Christian allegory. I think Universal want to stick away from
two
that.
movies.
And they were all quite
didn't
problematic
They did
as
two.
well.
They did the 2 movies, and we haven't even seen the second one. And then they kind of petered out. In fact, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe isn't even the first book.
No, it's not. What, the third?
No.
I
Isn't
think.
No, the first one is
The Silver Chair.
I've read it. It wasn't great.
Is it the Dawn Tread as the second, or is that the fourth one?
Well, no, I assume it must be after
I've read
Lion, the
them
Witch, and the
all.
Wardrobe, because that was the second movie. So, but
Oh,
yes,
there you
it's
go.
not.
Yeah, it must be the fourth one.
Everyone thinks the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was the first one because that's the one. Like they've done the animated film and the live action, but it's not. Anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yes.
don't think that would, be a particularly good IP for a theme park land. But then I don't think Wicked would be a good IP for theme park land either, and that seems to be getting traction. So
I disagree. I think Wicked would work well as a theme, and I mean we're going to find out shortly. I think.
I've
it
got
sounds
it.
like that.
Shaun of the Dead Land.
I don't think you're going to see that.
Roger and Badgerland.
Like a Cornetto
Chuckle
trilogy
Brothers.
land. Anyway, someone please move us on.
Is Wallace and Gromit British?
Yes.
Aardman. Ooh.
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
that would be awesome.
Ooh.
See, I'm still
Yes.
desperate for Laika Land. Are you aware of the
That'd be
Laika
awesome.
movies? So
Laika.
Coraline, Paranorman.
yeah.
I would
I love
love
Coraline.
to see something
Yeah.
based on those things, but who knows?
Like Coraline is incredibly creepy for like
oh,
a
yeah.
children's film.
But I'd love to see a haunted house, Caroline.
Yeah.
Haunted house.
Like
That would
Haunted
be-
Mansion.
Haunted,
Yeah.
No. Like, in Halloween Horror Nights,
Oh,
we
yeah,
ever
okay.
do one.
Oh,
like
Yeah,
a
like
house
a
that you
real
walk
creepy.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could get real weird real quick.
Yeah.
I'm not going in there, though, but
Oh,
yeah, I'd
yeah,
like
yeah.
to see it.
Okay, well, moving on. Again from Instagram, Dan Chapman UK said that he wants proper cohesion and theming, not just random things or wannabe lands like Alden Towers or Thorpe Park.
Dan, your
Agreed.
wish is granted because that you can that is the guarantee for this park.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
I understand that Alden Towers and Thorpe Park aren't working with the budgets that Universal are.
Yeah, but Alton Towers and Thorpe Park are not theme parks.
Yeah, they're more amusement parks.
They
you're
are,
right.
and they've tried. Like you
They
go
have
to Alton
tried,
Tower,
yeah.
they've tried, and I think for what they're working around and the money they have and what they've tried to do, it's not bad. To be fair,
No, but it's not on the scale.
of course it's not. You're talking about a theme park company who can build parks from the ground up with the. I mean, look at Epic Universe. Again, Epic Universe is the bar that's been set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the cohesion and theming there is world class, if not world leading. So
yeah.
I think we're safe on this
less.
one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And we also have heard from Kira Finley. I would love The Mummy. Such a favourite, and also some Jurassic World. Yes? Yes, please.
I don't see The Mummy being there.
You've heard the rumours about a new Mummy film with Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Can we have some original ideas now, please?
We haven't seen
Hollywood?
it yet.
Hollywood doesn't do that anymore, Lee.
Can we have original ideas is what I said. Mind you, I watched some of it last night. It didn't really do it for me, but Tracy enjoyed it. Anyway, we'll leave that there.
Of what?
We watched Mickey 17 last night. It didn't do it for me.
I really loved it.
It didn't do it for me.
I thought it was great storytelling.
Jurassic
I've heard
World.
it's quite fun.
It was.
I liked it.
It was a bit silly. Anyway, Jurassic World I can see coming. The Mummy I don't see coming.
Jurassic seems to be a multi-park thing as well.
Well, when
but
you look
without being in your face like Potter is.
So it's in what? You've got Jurassic Park or World in Japan, Beijing, Hollywood, Orlando, Singapore, I think.
Not sure.
Yeah, there's a raft ride.
Oh, yeah.
Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Texas Kids Park is getting Jurassic World stuff in there, so it's still very much in their wheelhouse of IPs.
It's an evergreen franchise, and it's dinosaurs. Who doesn't love dinosaurs?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you don't love dinosaurs, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could see that there for definite.
Yeah, and again, Jurassic World Adventure, is right there.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Buckle in, people. Moving on to BCL 1973.
I know him.
For those that want to know, that is Big Craig Lucas, 1973. His first wish for the new park is that he's still alive when it opens.
I'm right there with you.
Fair.
Well, I mean, if he is born in 1973...
A lot can happen in 6 years. You never know.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Let's not... but there you go.
I hope that we're all here come 6 years' time.
Absolutely. I don't want to be doing memorial episodes of this podcast.
You might be the one that it's about.
I don't want people to be doing memorial episodes of this podcast.
It will be beautiful, I assure you.
I'm sure it will, because the problem is I'm the one that records it and stuff, so what's going to happen then? Anyway.
Right. The second wish, Donnie?
Second wish, a Scooby-Doo haunted dock ride.
Oh,
yes.
Do you know what? Yes.
Yes.
I know we've said we don't want, we want it to be UK IPs, but Scooby-Doo
No, I don't care for
would
Scooby-Doo.
be awesome.
Like the thing they've announced at FanFest in Hollywood sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo still...
Oh, it's evergreen.
Yeah, and it's still quite popular. Like you say, it's still in Orlando. You've got the thing out in Hollywood FanFest. They did it at Volcano Bay. I would love to see something like this.
Yeah.
And it transcends generation. Kids love it. Adults love it on a different level. It's just wonderful. And I've always thought, for Horror Nights, a Scooby-Doo house would be great fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
so having that, but on a full dark ride budget scale.
So if you want an idea of what this could look like, go and find videos of Warner Brothers World on Yas Island in Dubai.
Oh, yeah.
We've actually interviewed on UUOP Dave Cobb, one of the guys that worked over there on that, and it looks pretty cool. It's not a Universal level dark ride, but it's still pretty cool.
What I think of when I think of a Scooby-Doo haunted dark ride is something like Monsters Hide and Go Seek in Tokyo Disney, where you have a flashlight and you're going around a haunted house, and you can use your flashlight to reveal areas of the room and see things.
I think you're going to see a version of that ride coming to Universal Orlando in the next 10 years.
Luigi?
No. Pokemon Snap.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting about Pokemon.
But yes, Scooby-Doo, amazing. I would love, again, an IP that's not UK, but wouldn't be, it's unique, again,
All British
to
kids
Universal.
were raised on Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I'll be well up for that.
Please, Universal. Next up is the Beetlejuice Graveyard Review.
I think it's had its day. That last movie did not do it for me.
I think the last movie killed it. Not killed it in a good way. It killed the franchise.
Have you guys seen the Beetlejuice 2?
Beetlejuice.
No, we heard very mixed things, so we kind of thought we'd leave it because we like the original so much.
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
It's not good at all.
I remember seeing the show in Florida. Fond memories of it, but I just don't see it happening.
No.
I remember us seeing the show.
A few times. We've had private meet and greets with all the characters as well. That's how special we are.
You can thank my Dr. Zeus sleeve for that.
Yeah. I want shows, but I don't think having something Beetlejuice there would...
I love Beetlejuice, but I'm not sold on that one.
No.
Yeah.
I think with hindsight of it being taken out of the Universal parks,
and the Beetlejuice is literally the only...
No, but just because at the time I was up in arms, you can't take this away, but I haven't yearned for it like I have for Jaws.
No.
It was just like, that was a nice memory. I know I'm going to upset a lot of people saying that, but personally for me, it was like, some nice memories, but...
It was a really weird show anyway, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather see a Bill and Ted show.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Tracy and I got to go into screen-used Bill and Ted phone booth last week.
It was a bit of a squeeze.
I will post the picture on our social media.
Yes.
It was pretty
That is
cool.
awesome.
It was pretty awesome. We also have a wish of a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Sure, I guess. A Rocky Horror Picture Show, sure.
Yes.
I mean, they've done it.
Yes,
that could be a lot of fun.
I am a huge Rocky Horror fan. So.
They've done it. It used to be at Halloween Horror Nights. It's been at Halloween Horror Nights a few years running.
We saw the tour last year. It was really good.
I would love to.
I think it was at Horror Nights from like 2011, 2012, that sort of era.
Lee enjoyed it so much he slept through it at the cinema when they put it back on.
It's not my thing.
Was he wearing fishnet stockings?
Yeah.
Like
no, I was wearing an eye mask so I could go to sleep.
There was 4 of us in the cinema and Lee was asleep and me and the other 3, we didn't know each other.
It was midnight, to be fair.
We were all stood in the aisles, dancing and doing all the moves. It was awesome.
Not my thing.
I love it. Honestly, I think the energy would be great, but it's not family friendly.
It's also...
It's not family friendly at all.
It's not in the zeitgeist anymore either, so I just...
No.
However, I do think it would make a very good Halloween Horror Nights house.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or zone, or scare zone. It'd be the comedy house.
Mm.
I think.
The musical house.
Yep. Oh, we need that now.
So moving on to Craig's 5th wish, because apparently he's got a million of them. I wouldn't necessarily like this because I'm not a big drinker, but I know a few people here who probably would, and that was it needs a whiskey bar.
Absolutely, yes.
Please.
I don't like whiskey.
You and I can drink Coke.
And now we need to have like the Doors playing as the soundtrack in that place as well.
I just because we've recently just watched At World's End. That song is in there, and that's that version of it.
The original version. Anyway, yes, whiskey bar.
I mean, they do have in studios. They have Finnegan's, which is an Irish pub.
Not right now.
So
They don't.
A whiskey bar. Well, we don't currently. They will again.
Yes.
But
is it going to be still Finnegan's? That's a question. But anyway,
I think it will be. Yeah.
But that leads on to his next wish.
A proper watering holes full of ales from across the whole of the UK.
Oh, yes, please, and thank you.
Yes.
I think you can
proper
see this.
ales, cask ales, hand pulled, with a decent head, not served in plastic. Sorry, I may have a soapbox.
I really think they need somewhere, if not in the park at City Walk, of course it won't be traditional because it'll be a themed to one, but a British pub along the lines of Rose and Crown and Epcot, but serving beers that you actually find in England rather than what they think we drink over here, which is very unusual.
Okay,
Yes.
bear with me. I know we're going to do a Blue Sky episode, but let's have a World's End themed bar with multiple rooms like Monsters Cafe used to have in Universal Studios Florida, but each room is themed to one of the 12 pubs that they do in the
cool.
World's End. That would be awesome. And it's a UK, it's a British
Yep.
IP,
Yep.
a themed bar. Amazing. But yes, you only have to look at Epic Universe to see how much bars are part of a theme park. Now, like, how many bars are there at Epic Universe?
The amount of money they must make on alcohol is just ridiculous. It probably makes more than Butterbeer does at this point. No,
I
it
would
definitely
say
doesn't.
so.
That's a lie. But it's a huge money spinner. They are going to do it 100%.
Yeah.
I've just had a genius idea and it better happening there. We need ice cream vans in the park. Mr. Whippies. We need them with the little...
Oh, yes.
but they actually do drive around.
No,
So
it just needs to like the end of night food truck. It needs to be just it rocks. So the opening ceremony for the park is whatever portal we have coming in, because it'll be a portal because that's where we are now. So they do the opening ceremony, everything goes silent, and then do 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 as the ice cream van drives in and parks to the side of the portal and then just stays there all day.
And all the parents say, "Oh, the music's playing. They're out of ice cream."
Greg's just describing a good Friday night at this point.
He
He
is.
goes from a whiskey bar to watching a whole sort of ales, and then he goes on to a curry house.
Right.
Perfect.
Yep.
And then a fish and chip shop.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So we should read this out properly for Craig. It needs a curry house, as it's our national dish, and a northern fish and chip shop.
So one thing I've felt City Walk in Orlando is missing when you look at all the cultures that they've got there food-wise. Mexican and Italian and like that weird like sushi and cowfish thing.
Yeah.
And then like a sports bar and like your generic whatever. Nowhere's ever took a punt on an Indian.
No, nor
Because
like
they
Brazilian
don't
or
do it well.
Chinese.
Yeah. Yeah, Brazilian. Yeah, you never see that.
But then you go in Orlando and there's a lot of Brazilian, what they called? It's churrasco. Anyway, whatever that word is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember talking about it on a really old episode of Universal UUOP when they were bringing one to iDrive. I don't know why we were talking about stuff about on iDrive. Anyway, churrasquilla. So, no, they were talking about removing the Red Coconut Club and putting one there. That was a rumor at the time. I can't remember what it is. I'm going to have to look it up because it's going to kill me if I don't know.
Yeah, I think, a curry house, it needs to happen, but it needs a proper one, not a sanitized one.
No.
One where you can get like a dirty vindaloo.
Yeah.
And not one where it's just like an elevated tikka masala or something.
No, we need, proper.
And a fish and chip shop, I'm pretty certain will happen somehow, somewhere.
It's a churrascaria, by the way.
Churrascaria, yes.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you look how popular the fish and chips are in the Leaky Cauldron and
Epcot.
And the Three Broomsticks, yeah, absolutely. But then this is one of those things that but you're aiming that at people coming from outside of the UK.
I like all of this stuff.
I know, but you can get it anywhere and probably better.
Yes,
Tracy, we live
know.
an hour away from Whitby. I know damn well I can go and get far better fish and chips than I can get.
I know. But they're not catering that way. They're catering to people who don't have that.
And that's going back to that talk about having it's going to be a weird line again, isn't it? It's like you don't want European people coming in and like going, I don't want to eat fish and chips because I eat fish and chips every weekend from the chip shop, right? And I don't want to eat curry so it's like walking a fine line of having stuff catering to people coming from outside of the UK, but then also having stuff in there people who do live in the UK, giving them options that isn't the same as their normal takeaways.
Right. So what I'm hearing here, and I know that you two will back me up here, Guy and Dawn, is that we need to take Lee to a park that is not an American park. And obviously, we can't take you to the one here. It's not open yet. We need to go to one of the other parks to show Lee what they do with their food, because you don't see the
because it's
locals.
all Japanese food in Japan is what you're saying.
No, but you don't see the Japanese people walking around complaining that, I could get this.
Well, they might have been, you just couldn't understand them.
People were just queuing up, ordering the food, saying thank you and eating it.
And then
Or
whinging
even in Tokyo Disney, they have like a Japanese twist on things. Like in their stuff Frontierland area, there's like a place which does like Japanese style curry, like katsu curries and things like that. So I think having spins on regional dishes is something which is fairly common in theme parks.
Yeah, this would be really interesting to see what the food options.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Really
like
interesting.
In Phantasialand, what was that? It's that Flammkuchen thing.
Flammkuchen, yeah.
Yeah, they had German food there,
Yeah.
So
Oh, I really want to go to. I know we need to do a trip to Europa
we should
Park.
do a trip.
Yes.
Europa
I need
Park.
to go back to Phantasialand.
No, I want to go to Europa Park. We need to
We
go
need-
somewhere we haven't been.
Will you stop? I'm planning a European trip. He also says, I want it all year round.
I bet you do, Craig. I bet you do.
Great.
Early park admission and after hours events.
So I think it's pretty much a guarantee at this point that it will be all year round.
Yeah, I don't think they would come and just do a seasonal
No.
thing.
They've already said that, haven't they? They've already given their hours for like New Year's Eve and things like that.
Have
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
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 In their planning document, it's like we'll be open at most of this. They talks about doing things at Lunar New Year. That's January or
Okay.
February.
Mm-hmm.
I think early park admission is a guarantee for people, probably to start off with people staying in the on-site hotel.
I'd much rather have after hours events than early park admission.
Well, I think they're going to have
I've
both.
never made it to early park admission.
So Yeah, we haven't really either. Like, we might have made it to like 8:30 maybe. But I think they've already zoned it for...
the opening day in Epic.
Okay, opening day doesn't count. There wasn't
that
any
really
admission.
doesn't count.
It was
We were
just-
up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
At like 5.
Yeah.
I think it's already been zoned for Halloween Horror Nights, so I think you're going to see at least one after hours event, and that worries me. I don't know what Horror Nights is going to look like over here.
Yeah,
That's the only
I know.
thing that
But
I have
I think
concerns.
that wish is granted, you know?
Yeah, I
think
agree.
so, absolutely. And his final wish is, I want to be able to long weekend there or Monday to Friday there, which I think personally is a big ask. I think a long weekend, maybe.
As you heard earlier, we are going to attempt that and let you know how it is in 6 years' time.
To put it into perspective, it's like going to Universal Orlando before Islands of Adventure opened, before Epic Universe opened, when there was just Universal Studios Florida. And maybe, because City Walk wasn't there, but let's say there's like half a City Walk that's there now. Could you do 4 days there without getting bored?
Yeah, I'd give it a bash.
Depends on how many bars there are inside.
I was going to say exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, then. Let's say the average person. We're different people. People go, I couldn't spend a week
Right.
at Universal to get bored. It's like, I could spend 2 weeks there and not get bored, but whatever.
Yeah.
We're not the average person.
No, that's true.
The average people.
No, I think for most average people, this would be a 1 or 2 day park.
I would say so.
Yeah.
But for us or someone, you know, if someone listens to this podcast, I reckon 3 or 4 days. Because we want to do everything multiple times. We want to try all the different foods.
Yes.
You know, there's a limit to how much you can eat in a day. I always try to eat everything I never can. You know, we spent 4 days in Epic and there's still food that I want to eat, which I didn't get the chance to.
Yep.
I think the big thing is going to come down to, like we've talked about Epic, that it's not just rides. There's so much more to do and experience in Epic Universe.
Yes.
And I think that's what's going to dictate how long you can spend at this park, is what are those additional experiences, character meets, dinners, like bars, just, you know, shows, all this extra like characters walk, like just walk it. Like I said, we had the best interaction with an aura in Place Cachée in October.
Yeah.
Like just little insulary little things like that just expand what you can do in the day. It's going to have an impact on how long you can spend there.
Yeah. And like when we were at Epic last May, like in the evening, we'd have like around 45 minutes of darkness. We'd be like, oh God, which portal do we want to see tonight in the dark?
Yeah.
You know?
That's true, yeah.
Oh, I still haven't seen Burke at night properly. So that's the sort of reason that I could do multiple days here, because I want to check all this sort of thing out.
But that's us again. We're not the average people. Yeah, we're theme park nerds.
But I'm imagining that Craig is like us, so I reckon he'll be able to long weekend there.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, moving on. Universally speaking, wishes to get a third of the feeling I do in Orlando.
Oh, same.
Jay, I hate to spoil it for you, but without the weather, that'll take 1/3 away from it. So yeah, maybe a third of the feeling in Orlando. So let's take it down to, so the park itself is 1/3. The Americans that work there is the 2/3, and the weather's the 3rd. So yeah, you probably will get a third of the feeling you do in Orlando.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a bit of a nicotine patch, you know, or methadone injection. It's not going to quite be the real thing that you're craving, but hopefully it'll be enough to give you a relief from the, you know.
Well, I hope you're all proven wrong.
So for those people that can't go to Orlando every year and you can only go every other year, this is your interim little methadone hit between,
Exactly, your methadone clinic appointment.
Scratching the itch.
Yeah. I mean, I think it will feel like a Universal park.
Yeah.
I think it will tick a lot of the boxes. There's some things that they can't do. You know, like you can't fix the weather and you can't make it be in another country. But I think we will get it will feel like an authentic Universal experience. And I think it won't feel like a clone of other Universal experiences. I think it'll feel distinct. So yeah, I'm optimistic.
Me too.
Yeah.
Moving on, Jody Danielle. Jody Danielle says, no minions, please. Do whatever, just no bloody minions. And
I'm sorry to say this, Jody, but I think you will see minions.
yeah, I think you will see minions.
They're a cash cow.
They really are. They really are.
Kids love them.
Yeah.
Because they own Illumination as well, it's their own IP, so they don't need to pay for that IP.
And they're still making the films.
Yep. So I'd be very surprised if you don't see minions, and I don't mind them.
No, I wouldn't mind Minions. I just don't want to see Minion Blast or Minion Mayhem or clones of those two.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see something fresh.
So this goes back to what I alluded to earlier of what I heard was an amalgamation of two current Universal rides and themed to Minions. Ask me after we've finished record. I don't want to put it out there right now.
Okay, I have some guesses. I think a Minions dark ride is something which could work quite well. Like a proper one, not what we have, which is jet screens.
Like a Secret Life of Pets, but Minions themed would be cool.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, sorry, Jodie. I think you will be seeing that.
Yeah.
You can skip that land. That's allowed. Jonathan _Teresha? Sorry, if I get that wrong. Dark Universe.
Yes.
Yes. All
Yeah.
yeses.
I mean, let's be
Yeah.
honest, we're talking about British, like English, UK,
whether
British
it is
IPs.
perfect. Yeah.
It kind of is.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you imagine Dark Universe?
And it doesn't have to just be dark more. It could be something else within the dark universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
It could be whatever you want it to be.
Yes.
Well, think of the characters that are roaming around that don't have buildings in Orlando. You know, you got the Invisible Man. He just hangs about. He doesn't have an area.
Yeah.
That could be an expansion of that.
You can have
And
something.
also an indoor boat ride would work very well in England if it didn't appear in Epic.
Yeah, I think they're going to need to
Like a
look
Gilman
at
one.
having things indoor as much as possible,
agree.
aren't they? So yeah. But yes, a Dark Universe over here would be amazing. And it kind of fits more over here than it does in Orlando, to be fair.
Yeah, going in there when it's sort of boiling hot and sunny and blue skies doesn't feel quite right.
It would have that perfect feeling pretty much year round.
It would. And yeah, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what else they could do in that universe, because unlike everything else Universal do, I know technically it is an IP, but it doesn't feel like an IP
Yes.
like everything else does.
Yep. It's like that thing we talk about Horror Nights every year when it's like the IP and the original houses. Everyone kind of counts the monsters as original houses, but technically it's not.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, this is something they obviously want to promote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And you'd love it, wouldn't you, Dorney?
I'd love it. would actually love it.
Yeah, so cool.
The atmosphere would be amazing.
Yes. Moving on, Ashley Chastain, UGA Fan 1, says, I'd love to see new attractions, not just repeats of attractions and areas that are at the OG parks. Again, a lot of people have said that. Like a new Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup, which there's rumours that's going into Epic.
What, the broomstick ride?
I've heard about a indoor like dark ride / roller coaster type thing where you ride brooms through sets, a bit like an indoor Hagrid's.
I've heard people that and I can see it, there is a massive hint for that attraction in Place Cachée. And I've even stood and took video of that massive hint. So if you stand in Place Cachée looking up the street and look up to your, I think it's the right, there is a Quidditch sign.
Oh, yes.
A neon Quidditch sign. And it's huge.
And that could be very cool.
And I've heard a lot of people go, I wonder if that's where the entrance to that ride is going to be.
Well, it's meant to be on the right down near Bar Moonshine,
I have
isn't it?
heard
There's
that
only-
as well, yes.
Yes, because that is
Interesting.
kind of like a
Dead
I
end.
know.
there's
I know
nothing
they both.
there.
I know they're both dead ends, but
Yeah.
the other one leads to Ministry.
Yeah.
Whereas this literally just leads to a bar.
The bar, yeah, and some interactive wand experiences.
And not even a large bar, a small bar.
It's
yeah,
a
it is
good
tiny.
bar,
Tracy
though.
spent a lot of time
It's a good
in there.
bar.
Yeah,
She was a bit sozzled that day.
I was. It's great. Yeah, because I do believe that we was that the day that we ended up in
The
Place
Plastidal, yes.
Yeah, I drank a lot that day.
Yeah, in the live recording, you blamed me for that.
Yeah, I still blame you.
She blames you for any alcohol-related incident now, to be fair.
And I'll keep doing that, Tracy.
Everyone does that.
Yeah,
Yeah, as long as I just don't stop going to the bars, we're all good.
exactly.
My wallet is not good, but on the other hand, but whatever.
But what we were talking about earlier, saying we weren't sure what else you could do with Potter, Quidditch World Cup. I hadn't thought about it. You know, have the, you know, how they have the tents, which look small from the outside, but you go inside, they're massive. That'd be something you do fun things with that.
You could do some sort of transition, like port key to get to it would be cool. Like how they've
Touch
done with
the
the
boot.
Flu Network. Yeah, it would be awesome.
Like they do in the films. It would make sense. And then having a sort of ride in the stadium.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
would be interesting.
And then Death Eaters attack, because that's what actually happens.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because, of course, it's a theme park attraction. Something has to go wrong.
Always has to go wrong. Ashley, I like it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Anyways, Ashley also says that they love Back to the Future too, so would love to see more of that world somewhere.
Well,
that's a big rumour as well. I think apparently there's a lot of people looked at that concept art and gone, that looks like Courthouse Square right there.
That looks like a big roller coaster behind it.
Yeah. And let's be honest, if you were doing Back to the Future, really at this point, a coaster was what would work with it. And
all it has to do is 88 miles.
It has to, yeah.
And have some sort of effect where fire goes behind it, because have so in between the tracks a little pop-up license plate that spins as well as you launch off.
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah, I wouldn't be against Back to the Future. Again, we've talked a lot tonight about having unique and British IPs, and it's like Scooby-Doo, Jaws, Back to the Future.
But it's Universal. They are an American film production company, and these. Unique, yes. I want unique as in not in other parks.
Yes.
I'm not tied to the idea of British IPs here. This isn't a James Bond theme park. This is a Universal theme park. Yes. So it'd be nice to have some token British IPs, but Back to the Future, 100%.
Yeah.
I would love it.
We could also actually, with Back to the Future, have a standing coaster. You could have hoverboards.
That would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool. There's a lot of coaster fanatics listening to this podcast going, no, we don't want stand-up coasters. No one likes them.
I've never done one. I don't know.
No, me either.
But I'd love to see a ride which is a kind of a hybrid of a roller coaster and a dark ride into Back to the Future. So, like a test track type thing.
Yeah.
But with a proper roller coaster segment.
Cool.
Going through like Hill Valley.
I just want Cafe 80s. I really want Cafe 80s. Darren, who used to be on UUOP with us, he's already said if they announce Back to the Future, he's over your day one.
Oh, yeah.
They could do a restaurant where you go and you get like a tiny little pizza and you put it into a machine and a proper pizza appears.
The rehydrator,
Yeah.
Finally, Ashley wants basically new experiences here versus the same we get in Florida.
Yep. And I think that seems to be the resounding thing that people want is just... We're not too bothered about the IPs as such. We don't want want a park full of clones that we can ride elsewhere.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. And couldn't agree more. And I think that's what we're on track to get. This doesn't feel like, Disney opening a Magic Kingdom where you're going to have Space Mountain and you're going to have Pirates of the Caribbean, and you're going to have Big Thunder, and you're going to have a Haunted Mansion. It seems like it's going to be a Studios park, but it's going to be a new take on the Studios park.
Yeah.
I know from talking to our friend, she's been doing a lot of research on British culture. So hopefully...
I'm so sorry for her.
Well, for Americans love it though, don't they, for some reason? So I think that from that perspective, that's interesting it looks like that is something that's going to play into what this park will be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. I enjoyed that.
That was
some good ideas. I mean, not ideas, just wishes, but yeah. You never know. There was there was a lot of things in there which realistically you look at and go, yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that Universal, they want to make the park that people want to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think, this isn't their first go round on this one. So I'm optimistic that they're going to get this one right.
But then there'll also be a lot of things where... So it's like everyone complaining, why do we want Fast and Furious? Why does Fast and Furious have to be in the parks? And I'm like, people, it's the biggest movie franchise of all time.
Yeah.
And they own it. Why would you not put it in your theme park?
I have no objection to it being in the parks, and I think it fits the roller coaster much better than a party bus tunnel ride thing.
Yeah.
But what I'm really hoping for is, I know we're going off topic here, but we get something which isn't like that, where that is now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
I've said it a
million.
million.
They don't bring that over to the UK park. That's my number one wish, actually. We don't get Fast and the Furious supercharged in England.
I don't think you will.
I was just going to say, all the hate for like Fast and Furious. It's not Fast and Furious. It could be named, I don't know, Mrs. Jenkins' Toy Shop. As long as it's a good ride, I don't care what the theming is. I don't care what it's called. Just be a good experience. So the hate isn't actually for Fast and Furious from me. It's a ride.
So for me, the Bourne Stuntacular is the prime example of what Tracy just said. She kind of beat me to it. The IP for me is irrelevant.
100%, yeah.
I can't think of an IP. We talked about this the other night, didn't we? I can't think of an IP that would be attached to a theme park, land, world, or attraction that I would go, yeah, I'm not riding that.
I can.
But yeah, you look at the Bourne Stuntacular. When that got announced, we were like, Bourne? Really?
Yeah, that is still a thing.
And it's
People
amazing.
care about this?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I love that show.
Yeah.
I've never seen the films, so I have no idea what the
think
films
we've
are
seen-
about, but I love
We've
that
seen
show.
I've seen the first one at least 3 times. They're all right. It's
they're kind of generic spy thriller type action things.
But that
They don't stand out.
You don't need to know what Bourne is to enjoy that show at all, because they do such a good job in the
very
brief.
neatly in the preview show. You know.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfectly. So the
Everything
IP
needs
is
to know.
irrelevant. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. But that sort of, I would love to see them do another show with that sort of technology.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
If they've got that
Yes.
technology, they have to use
It's
it.
amazing.
Surely they have to use that
really
again.
Is. It is amazing. It blows my mind. Every time I still watch it and go, how is this happening in front of me?
Yeah. It's incredible.
I do have to wear earplugs though,
Yeah, it's
Really?
very loud.
watching that show. Yeah, especially when the gunshots.
Ah, yeah.
It's ear piercingly loud.
the
Like
end.
it hurts my ears.
Kind of annoys me the end a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, so I would love to see a show using that technology.
Yeah. James Bond. There
in
you
the
go.
UK. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
it would be the perfect fit. Or Paddington Bear, you know. I mean,
I
very
don't see how
both.
that works. Yeah, let's see Paddington Bear doing a slow-mo barrel roll on a lamppost.
What,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine these?
Because his marmalade sandwich has gone flying through the air. Sorry, I'm acting it.
Wait, the more you guys say about this, the more I want to see this.
I know. Right?
Just put it into AI. It'll probably make one for you.
Hang on a minute.
Please
It's working on
don't.
something else at the moment.
Anyway, I said to Tracy, this will be a short show.
We just can't help ourselves. We love talking about it.
Well, that brings us to the end of the 7th episode of the podcast, and we are desperate for some actual news to talk about. But we will still be here to entertain you until that happens and beyond.
In the meantime, make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Just search UUGBP and email us at universalgreatbritain@gmail.com.
And of course, like we said earlier, be sure to check out all the other podcasts on the UUOP network. There is, of course, the one that started it all, the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
Rush of Fear, our year-round Halloween Horror Nights podcast.
The theme park duo for SoCal theme park and haunt news, as well as general theme park info.
The Taste of Universal, our Universal food and beverage dedicated podcast.
The Portkey Passport, our adult-centric Disney podcast.
And Big Dumb Stuff, our comedy, pop culture, and themed entertainment podcast. Find them on all podcast platforms. We'd also love for you to help shape the conversation, so do get in touch with any topics you'd like to hear covered.
But for now that we are signing off, we hope you join us next month on the unofficial Universal Great Britain podcast.
See you later, alligator.